What time is it? Still not time for evening. Gosh darn it. Stop clicking randomly. No, you're still clicking randomly. There we go. Okay. And am I on my tippy toes? Let's see. I'm not, thankfully, for once. It's too late to be buying alcohol.
Your weapon is flying behind you.
Yeah, that's where I last left it at.
Are you sure you should just leave it like that?
Yeah, not like anyone can pull it off me anyways. My mistake for standing so close to that.
You sure you can just carry that around like that on the open?
Yeah, as long as I'm not holding it against anyone's face, you know? No one freaks out if it... Sorry, I thought I heard something. But yeah, no one's gonna be upset about anyone simply just, not brandishing it. I mean, after all, these things are also weapons too. No one freaks out about me walking around with my, my arms.
Oh, normally nobody really expects arms to be weapons. It's kind of hard to detach them from.
I can count like probably 4 people there that probably has their arms or their claws as weapons.
I'm really concerned about the safety of this place. Sometimes.
Well, what's the thing I heard about? Walk softly and carry a big stick. Basically, you show that there's a weapon there. As long as you're not holding it in any threatening manner, you'll be fine. And no one wants to mess with you if they know that you can do something about it, or do something about you to getting harmed or threatened or anything like that.
It kind of feels like everybody here has a weapon.
Yeah, yeah. No, even the kids. Well, okay, all right. I know that's an exaggeration. This street is kind of specifically weird, but yeah, there's a good amount of even the kids can probably take down the random monster of the week that comes around sometimes.
Yeah, I'm not sure what to think about this neighborhood.
Let's just say this neighborhood's seen a lot of action in the past.
I'm trying to kind of gauge if it's safer here because of these people, or if it's more dangerous because of these people.
I suppose you could put it like this. You're not going to be going to the hospital for anything that's for being an idiot.
You're not going into the hospital for being an idiot?
Yeah, as long as you're not being an idiot, you'll be fine. You'll be safe, you'll be protected. If something happens, you either can just like, I don't know, step to the
What if I'm an
side,
idiot and fall from the roof?
then you go to the hospital. Simple as
For being
that.
an idiot.
Yeah. You know, like let's like someone coming around here, some random monster of the week decides to be causing trouble. There's already going to be
Why would a random monster cause trouble?
this place is meant like it's magically charged, spiritually charged. Something about the combination.
You're telling me you don't have like some kind of border guard or something that prevents dangerous individuals to come into the city in the first place?
Oh yeah, no, they're usually they're dealt with. The ones that get through though are the ones that just got through. Imagine how bad things actually are if the outside areas aren't protected.
Well, how are they making it through though?
Well, shadows blinking, crawling out of people's brains, the trains themselves. There's a lot of ways to travel around, and the problem is that
How do you know all this stuff? Are you a guard? Are you like from the what is it called? The city watch, the neighboring,
No,
the neighbor
I'm
watch, whatever.
I'm just a merc. I just picked up some things in the past 40 years.
40 years.
Well,
You've been
okay,
living here for 40 years?
No, I haven't been living here for 40 years, but living for at least 40 years, you pick up on a couple of things in this world. I don't come from this. I don't live here. I just sort of been. It's just sort of a convenient location for me to be sleeping at in between jobs. But as a merc, you want to make sure you know what you can and can't do. Which is why I know a little bit more than most others.
Is that so?
Oh, it's Juno.
Pardon?
Pretty damn confident walking around
I'm
like
at
that.
our shares with. Confident.
Yeah, someone's got a, let's just say a highly prized creature with them. So just walking around with them is either a sign of pride, sign of, how do I say this? And pride, maybe just kind of showing off what they have access to.
I mean, like somebody's gonna steal it from her.
And not out in the open here, no. But people can remember. And maybe do something in between locations. You know?
Alright. So people do that kind of stuff here?
I don't know if it happens here. I don't have records from police. But I do know that what people see around here gets remembered for other locations around the world. You know, you can go to our city, go to Zafira, Lothric. People are gonna remember these little bits of information and decide to act on it in locations that may not give the proper protections. You know.
Safira? You been there?
Yeah. I've been there a couple of times trying to do some jobs. It's
How'd that go?
well, it's been years actually. It's
Been years since you did a job in Safira?
yeah. Well, how do I say this? Followed a job that was connected to Zafira. I didn't actually do anything in there. Simply just it was something related there, and basically, I remember someone who was upset with me, who has a bit of more of a how do you say this? doesn't exactly agree with how I handle certain things. Wound up getting tossed in, tossed into the arms of authority figures there.
I see. So where are you normally doing your jobs?
Well, usually in outside of cities. That sort of thing. It's just like I said, I'm a merc.
Have you seen other cities other than the Sapphira or Orlandosaka?
Oh, of course, of course. No, I've been all over the place. Like I said, I've just been staying here, at least resting here for convenience sake.
I see. What's with your arms, by the way?
That's my armor.
Armor?
Mm-hmm. It's,
So you're wearing your armor only on your arms, but not your chest?
I got it on my shoes too. Or my legs too as well.
When somebody like, those are like, that's your vital organ region. That's what should be protected the most, actually.
Well, they'd have to try to get there.
For the head,
Yeah.
you could have, this era in particular, including the head, is where you should wear the armor.
Well, some people do well with more armor. Some people don't do as well with armor. Me, well, as long as no one comes in with something that can take me down in one shot, I'll make do in any case. It's, how do you say this?
Yeah, that's the thing, though, right? You're really vulnerable to assassination. Well, somebody walks up behind you with a dagger and just...
Like I said, they had to try. I've been doing this, well, I can't exactly remember how many years I've been doing merc work, but they'd have to be really good to actually be able to pull that off. And let's just say
I'm
that...
just saying that, at this point, it seems more like it's a fashion statement than actually being, protective.
Actually, it serves two purposes. This is actually enchanted clothing. So it's a little bit of additional protection for myself. I'm able to move just fine with this. And I can pull up whatever additional equipment I have. Also deal with I could channel more magic more easily. Full plate armor.
Let me guess, you have some... Let me guess, you have like gadgets in those arms? Maybe you have like a rocket launcher?
Not gadgets.
Repulsor cannon? Flamethrower? Come on.
No.
You gotta have something. Come on.
Just things to keep me running. Just things to help keep me running. That's all I need.
I mean, at least you have claws on them. That's kind of cool, I guess. You can scratch somebody.
It's a method of fighting. And it also helps keep me stay alive.
I mean, you probably can also use the arm to like block a sword or something.
Yes, I can actually use these block swords. So, it's...
And what is that? Why is there a revolver on your sword? Is that a gunblade?
Yes, it is actually.
Yeah, I seen it in a video game.
Yeah, it works well with how my magic works. So,
How does the magic work?
well, can't exactly give away all my secrets, but
Come on, man. Why not?
that's
I'm not in your business. I don't work in the same business you do.
sure, but that doesn't mean that someone around here couldn't be trying to listen in. I do try to make a good
You
job
think there's
of...
gonna be a spy? You think he's gonna be around this pillar here, maybe? Hello? No, there's nobody there. No, I think you're right. Let me check here too. Hello? Nope. Nope. Seems pretty safe.
I get what you mean there, but I've done a lot of jobs, and I can't say that the jobs I've done would could be considered evil, but there's a lot of people who may not agree.
You think you have like maybe like you have bugs on you? You think somebody like put a little listening device somewhere?
I doubt they'd be able to get away with putting anything on me, but I can't say the same for the city itself. The city's heavily
You think
monitored.
somebody could magically observe you?
Oh yeah, no, definitely. But
Doesn't the city have like precautions against that stuff?
it all depends on where you're at. Out here in the suburbs, a little bit less, a little less protections, you might say, in that regards. There's a lot of things like observing. Like, I know there's some cameras around here that's part of the city, but when you're further away from, the big city over there, it's the protection is kind of, less, I guess.
That jacket is kind of cool. Where did you get that?
This is custom made by one of my employers. So, unfortunately, I can't give you a suggestion where to find it.
By your employers? Are they tailors?
And I don't know if they tailor them themselves or if they got someone
Do
to
they
help,
know tailors?
What's that?
Do they know tailors?
Probably. I don't know.
Like, surely somebody made this. Somebody's gonna know who made this.
But I'm not about to ask them those kind of questions. This is like, hey, they pay me good, they pay me consistent, they keep getting me jobs, and I stick with them most of the time. Although I do some things with some others from time to time.
Alright, how about you introduce me to your employers and ask them where the jacket is from?
Well, I had to get to know you first before I am a voucher of some sorts. But you can always just look
Well, you
into...
don't have to vouch for me. I just want to know where the jacket is from. It's not like I want to work there.
Zenit Corporation.
Alright. Are they in Safira?
I know I've seen them in Zafira before, but I don't know where, where they're headquartered. They got plenty of buildings all over the world. Here, I think they got one on the moon.
They got one on the moon? Are you sure? I didn't really see one there when I was there.
Well, I don't know what to tell you, but, maybe you live
So it might have to been.
right side of the
If
moon.
there is one there, it might have been destroyed by accident.
Alright. You know what? Maybe it's for the best if I don't explain it. It's, maybe my employers might be a little upset if I try to go into detail for that sort of thing. Am I still double miking, guys?
Okay.
I'm not even sure how I'm double miking.
Man, all this stuff just for a jacket.
I've seen people work even harder for some fashion.
Maybe I can find like, something that looks kind of like that somewhere in the store. It doesn't. I'm not trying to copy you. It's not like I want exactly the same jacket you have.
You'd be hard pressed to be able to find something like this. Wait, don't you know it's double miking? Give me one moment here. I need to take a call real quick.
Sure.
It's like I'm on a radio show. What? Is it fine now though? Is a question. Come on. Let's see. I guess best way for me to find out is for me to test. Voice mod, okay. Alright, how about this? Does this sound fine? The voice mod is off, but how does it sound? Okay, let me see what's going on with the other one then. Digital audio. There. Okay, I'm gonna kill my audio real quick, just so you guys don't hear the reverberations and whatnot. Actually, no. Let me completely kill it. Fixed. I think it's been fixed. Yeah, I think it must have happened when the crash happened. Alright. What was just being informed of changing plans for something. I don't need to do anything right now. It's just simply just something for the future.
I see.
Yeah, I assure you
So
at least
why
won't be able to
exactly
get,
did you come here?
Oh, come here? Oh, well, like I said, it's simply just for convenience in terms of a place to rest at.
So you rest here often?
Oh, yeah, when I'm not doing any jobs.
So you have a house here?
It's not my house exactly. It's just part of my employer's, I guess, building setup.
I see.
So just they just happen to have a business that also has home decor, and I just said, you know what? Hey, I'm gonna just crash over here. It's comfortable. I don't have to worry about anyone kind of bothering me. And all that.
There is a weird tree person over there.
I think his name is Howard.
He's making weird noises. I was expecting trees to sound more
Creaky?
barky.
Yeah, barky.
Creaky.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe he just heard a lot of noises from the birds that used to perch on him. Or something.
Makes sense, or the squirrels, or whatever.
Well, from what I've caught on, at least, it seems like he's trying to be a human, I guess, or at least he tried to be back then.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if he still has that facade up, but you know.
A facade. Anything he's currently in disguise?
Well, I don't know if disguise is the right thing to call it, but just you know, it's one of those things of like, hey, if that's how he wants to present himself as, it's, you know, it's whatever. How about you? What brings?
Huh?
What brings you around here? All those questions you got for me?
I'm usually just visiting my brother.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, I keep forgetting this place is a lot of adventurers retired here. So.
Retire?
Yeah, I'm assuming he's a retired adventurer.
I'm not sure what he is. He seemed pretty normal to me. Ever since I knew him, I haven't really seen him do anything crazy.
Wow.
Just been a little brother.
Yeah. In my experience, how do you say this? In my experience, even if you look normal around here, there's gotta be always something to you. You know, there's gotta be something a little off. Not saying it's a bad thing per se, but there's
Well,
always something.
you know how. Do you have siblings?
Nope, only child.
But have you seen, like. Have you watched. You pretty much movies and series, shows and stuff like that?
Yeah.
I mean, you know how, like. You know how it is between siblings, right?
Yeah, well, at least from what the the media shows, yeah, general idea.
Well, normally, like, you don't get too involved into your siblings' affairs. Like, kind of like how I don't enter his room because it's a boys' room.
Ah,
It's
yeah.
changed.
Yeah, I get
So
that.
I
Then.
don't really know. I actually don't know what the hell his hobbies are or what the hell he's doing. I just come over for dinner and say hi. I'm not really. I don't really know too much about what's happening there. Also, I was kind of gone for 5 years, 5, 6 years. So
Oh,
that might have added to it.
well, I suppose you should probably be asking them maybe some questions about his hobbies or something.
Maybe I should. But I mean, he does have a family, so I kind of assume that as a family man, he doesn't really get to do much outside of taking care of his family.
That sounds
yeah,
kind of a
I'm
boring
kinda
person, to be honest.
Maybe he is. But yeah, I'm kind of just making sure that this neighborhood is safe.
I'm just talking about how those people just running around like headless chickens. Oh, people do
You know, I do have a niece, so I kind of want to make sure she grows up in a nice place.
Okay. That's good on you, I suppose. The family stuff has never really been much my thing. Not like I had like a bad family or experience like that, but
I mean, yeah,
People all over the place. I don't know.
you're a merc, so you probably have other things on your mind.
It's the first time I've seen that. I think that's some kind of dick treasure.
just try to go way faster.
That's a negative part of not seeing anything.
More complex than it needs to be.
Sounds like that occur. I basically can't locate anybody anymore.
No?
We don't know what.
Well, it's hard, right? You know.
What, the whole being gone for 5 years kind of fell out of touch with people?
No, I was talking about the train.
That, yeah. Oh, yeah. Sorry, sorry. That thing
You know, as somebody
messed up
as
my...
somebody who can't see and who is heavily relying on his hearing and other senses, it's kind of annoying if one of your senses gets deafened.
Yeah. Hey, it bothers me too as well. I mean, I might use my ears, but I can hear pretty good. At least I think so. And
You mean you might use your eyes, right?
sorry. Yeah. No, I'm.
Well, you might be blind. I can't tell.
No. I got working eyes. It's just not human. So I got a little
Not
bit better.
human eyes.
Yeah, sorry, I thought you were one of those people who wore blindfolds for fashion. So,
If somebody wore a blindfold for fashion, how would they see?
I don't know. There'd be some kind of interface that kind of beams in visuals into your head. I've seen it.
That would be cool, but that also would be cheating.
Yeah, it is. But like I said, people sometimes might wear it for fashion.
Well, I did it for training.
Training, huh?
And the master said I'm relying too much on eyes. Should train on the senses too.
Okay, I get you. You're still okay. Thankfully, I never got stuck with being too reliant on my eyes. I don't really remember anymore, though, why,
Well, if you have eyes that can see the future, you kind of like to use them a lot.
People could take advantage of that. If they know you can see the future, they can try to take advantage of that. Huh.
Well, I only see about 5 to 10 seconds into the future.
Doesn't matter. That's enough to make it a liability.
Is it? How so?
Well, that's only if they know. So that means you'd have to be fighting against people who are really good and really creative. But how do I explain this?
Well, you would have to, let's say, do something, but not think you're doing it. No, wait, that makes no sense. You would have to try to do something, but not knowing that. No, wait.
Basically, you do something that looks like it's going to be something, but that's not the actual outcome. Basically, you are performing smoke and mirrors for the future, basically.
All right, do an example. I'm gonna try to. I just need to get my head around it. Like, what would you do for an example?
Let's say I do a bunch of feints and basically try to do stuff that looks like I'm going to be making contact with you in such a way that just, it makes it look like I'm making contact with you.
I would see that they're feints because I see the future.
How much information can you get from that, though?
I see 10 seconds into the future.
No. I mean, like, how much of that can you process in your head? How much can you sort of consider, like, seeing something coming in like this, or how much power is going into it? I mean, I suppose you could also try to.
It's kind of it's like natural, I was born with this, so I wasn't really born with it. I was born with it, but also not. Does that make sense?
So it's integrated.
You know these characters in anime that activate their latent power, their inner powers at a later age.
Yeah.
You know how Superman got his powers to fly when he was a teenager and not as a child?
Yeah.
The kind of that thing. Yeah. But yeah, there's this whole future side thing. It's actually not meant for combat, by the way. It's meant to see where I'm flying into.
Your references is kind of making me think that. Have you had much experience outside of training? Like, I guess, interacting with people? Hold on.
Talking?
No. How much have you witnessed in terms of people of all walks of life?
People of all walks of life?
Yeah. How many... Let's see. How many werewolves have you talked to? How many vampires have you talked to? How many Sangeli have you talked to? How many witches, hags, wizards, robots, all that sort of stuff?
I think I talked to like a cyborg, like an augmented person. And that's about it.
I see.
I was kind of in space, so what I saw for the most part were aliens. Guess you can count robots among them. There were some synthetic races and stuff, and aliens, and full-on robots with AI. But I guess
that little kid was.
Yeah, my expertise is
have an interest in you for a
not
second there.
Really. my expertise is not really in Earth kind of
Okay.
beings.
Yeah,
The
all
beings
right,
I
that
met
makes
were
sense.
mostly
Yeah.
not from this planet.
Yeah. This planet is a bit of a, how do you say this, a nexus point? I don't know how to explain that. There's certain locations on this planet just draws in such a huge variety of people that should never be, rather, that normally would never be in the same place.
But that's not unique.
Hmm?
That's on most alien planets have like a lot of weird, different races and stuff.
Sure, but at least in my experience, some of the other planets I've
They just
been
have
to,
their own version of it, you know?
I haven't been to the ones that are also nexus points.
Just like other alien planets have their own versions of a god, or their own versions of heaven and hell. Like if you die here, you go into this hell, but if you die on Omega Prime 6, you go into the Omega Prime 6 hell, or heaven, depending on if
Most-
you're like a person.
Most planets typically have just one set of things. Here, we've got Greek pantheon, Roman pantheon, Japanese pantheon. There's so many different things on one planet.
Ashunera.
Ah, you're so fast.
Oh, you're connected to
What?
that redhead next door.
Who the fuck? Who was that?
It's a kid that belongs to the redhead and street up there.
Kirby? That's my brother.
Oh, I see.
What?
No,
Oh.
no, don't. No, I suppose I can see the similarity now.
Is something you want to tell me?
No, it just suddenly makes sense with what you're confused about with your little brother.
Yeah. I'm confused that he's living in a place like this, and I'm confused. I just saw my nephew?
Yeah. Huh. Well,
That was our first meeting. That was very short first meeting.
hey, kids, they can't stay still for one moment.
Yeah, I guess. You're right.
Well, I can't keep calling a kid. I don't know how old they are. Probably, I don't know, probably 10 or 11 or whatever.
I was only gone for 5 years.
Oh, you were.
I must have been in some kind of time-space continuum dimension thing because,
Look, I'm not gonna explain it. Let's just say that's not it. There's some other stuff going on.
I did travel some dimensions, and at some point we're even in a whole different universe. But it comes, with experience and with, having some friends out there that kind of bend time and space. It's kind of happening at some point.
Well, maybe that was what went on for you, but let's just say that you being through time dilation would not have explained why you don't know.
Yeah, I guess. I'm pretty sure he didn't have a kid when I left. That's all I can say.
Well,
What's your name, by the way?
Oh.
I'm Ashunera.
my name's Lavanya.
Lavanya. I tried to remember it.
Well, hey, I'm not gonna hold it against you if you can't remember it.
I'm sorry.
I don't make it a habit.
Depends.
I don't make it a habit for people to remember the name, anyways.
Depends how much people interact with me, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I'm usually the kind of person you have to tell your name like 3 times, and then they kind of got it done.
Okay. Yeah, I know a couple of people like that. Though usually that's because I'm drinking with them.
Hey. Sadly, I can't drink.
No, you can't. Really.
I mean, I can drink, but it doesn't do anything to me, so it's
Oh,
a waste of money.
I mean, do you at least get the flavor from it?
Yeah, but I would prefer, you know, an orange juice or a soda because I don't particularly enjoy whiskey flavor. If that makes sense.
Wow. Okay. Look, those things I get that, but like things for maybe like beer, mead, you know, that sort of stuff.
That stuff is bitter. Ew. I'm not really for bitter tastes.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why people like bitter tastes. That's the only thing that should taste bitter is medicine.
I guess maybe for some myself, it was sort of a unintentional acquired taste. And
Unintentionally.
Yeah. I mean, I can't. For some people, they can't exactly live special lives that lets them, I guess, get a variety of foods, and bitter is the best they can get. So they're just probably used to that. In other cases,
Pretty fucking sad.
well, I mean, you say it's sad, but like, in many, there's a lot of countries. At least this is more for back then when we didn't have all the advanced connections with each other, technologies, and all that sort of stuff. Beer, mead, ale, all that sort of stuff was just a good way of just keeping things that gives the calories safe. You know, just like it's hey, this food's gonna go bad. Well, what the hell do we do with this? Turn it into alcohol and drink it later. And people just get used to that, you know. Granted, people get a little too keep forgetting that how much nutrients and alcohol or contents are inside of beer, and they get a little ahead of themselves. I'm not really drinking alcohol for the to get buzzed. I just like I just like it for the flavor.
So, by the way, what is you're like an elf? Vanilla.
Yeah, you've been getting some kind of vibes, huh? I guess
have
technically
20
speaking, Dampier. So, Elven Dampier. Mom was an elf. Dad was a vampire.
They call that Dampier.
Dampier usually is the child that's not straight up a vampire.
So you like Blade.
Blade. Yeah, I suppose. I don't know if Blade can
Can you walk in the sun?
Yeah, but I still need to get some sunscreen. My skin is a little sensitive to the sun.
Excellent. Oh, that's good. At least you can enjoy the sun.
Yeah. I mean,
Surprised you're not tan. Wait, how would I know that?
no, I'd burn more than anything. Yeah, assuming you actually can tell that sort of stuff. Anyways,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah. I also for your information, Dampiers usually don't like to consume blood. They usually kind of change the.
They don't.
No, it's that becomes more of an addiction type of thing. Not for all Dampiers. Some can handle it just fine. But for me, it's I mean, you could say I can handle it. I just don't want it to distract me. When I'm doing my job,
Oh, so you could drink blood.
I could, but I don't want to be
Alright,
dealing
but-
with the consequences.
But it would make you stronger, basically.
I'm trading strength for my brains.
Oh, are you losing intelligence when you drink blood?
More distracted. Focus. I lose focus. So
Because you want to drink more blood.
yeah, it's just it's too pleasant. And thankfully, my nose doesn't it doesn't cause me to feel a little crazy or anything like that. You know, I smell it. It does bother me. You know, when I do my job, I usually mask up.
So people like afraid around you?
No. Maybe. Well, they're
not
afraid when I'm
that
doing
you-
my
you
job.
could bite
Maybe.
them or something.
Are you kidding me? There's humans with chompers. No one's gonna be afraid of just a pair of fangs.
Yeah, but like they,
Hey.
even if people have chompers,
Oh,
they're not
let me
really.
say, there's a lot of people who's actually turned on by that. So it's the opposite of being afraid. Mhm.
Oh. I'm not really into the whole biting thing.
Yeah, neither am I. You know, because that causes bleeding.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I haven't. At least kids around here. I'm also including like other parts in the city that doesn't have like adventurers or mercenaries walking around. Just like more the ones that kind of like experience the crazy stuff through movies. They're not really afraid of me. They're not really afraid of.
Well, that's good to know.
Basically, as long as you're not there looking like you're gonna be, pouncing on anyone.
Biting them.
Yeah. I know. This is something. So there's some people who've been confused with that sort of thing because like they've seen like dinosaurs walking by here, and they're like, "Why is that dinosaur allowed, but that other one isn't?" And it's just literally just the. I don't know what it is about certain people's backgrounds, but like it's kind of easy to tell the difference between a dinosaur who is moving around like a predator who is hungry, and a a creature that's just as docile as a dog.
Huh.
So
Well, I'm not really too concerned about anything on this planet biting me, as I think it will hurt their teeth more than it hurts me.
okay, you're one of those types.
Well, I kind of doubt that anything here could. I would be surprised if anything here could actually penetrate my skin.
Well, don't hey, don't let that get to your head though. There's I've come across enough things in my life that surprises are always around the corner, even if it doesn't happen often. Maybe every couple of 5 years. Maybe every 5 years. Maybe there's always something that surprises me. Okay, it's less than 5 years. A little more often than that, but
I mean, it would be a good surprise because I actually like the challenge.
okay, I get that right there.
It's just that I didn't really. I don't really have a. That I have like a kind of a sixth sense. Like sometimes I landed on an alien planet and I was like, oh, this place is dangerous. When I landed here, it was not really. There wasn't really anything going on.
Nothing going on, huh?
So, like, yeah, I didn't really sense anything. I am.
How do I say this? This world is so massive, you might say, that things somehow mask each other. And it's fascinating, really. I've heard tell that there's a creature out there that supposedly it was unleashed and it was supposed to get the attention of like these large creatures that would feel like this creature's intruding on their territory. And yet, those creatures haven't come in to investigate. That creature, despite being something that can probably, terrorize a city, seems to mask itself. So I have to wonder if what you're trying to sense for is either for specific things or just the...
something that can hurt me.
Maybe there's that. Something that can hurt you. Well, it's something that's good. Even if it can't hurt you, doesn't mean it's not gonna hurt other people.
That's true. That's why I'm making sure this neighborhood is safe.
No, good on you. There was I know a couple of months ago, this place was being haunted by some what were they called? URF. There were a bunch of terrorists that for some reason had it out for the government here. I never really got the information as to why.
Huh?
Yeah, they actually, that building over there, that's actually brand new. It's not even a year old. That store, because they destroyed the previous one. For whatever reason, they decided to blow up that one building. Well, granted, they tried to blow up some other buildings around the city before, but they kept being stopped. This is the only one they were successful with. I don't know what they were wanting to do with that. Maybe because it's supposed to be corporations and stuff like that. But the problem is, it's a local business. Whatever statement they're trying to make.
Good onigiri there.
No, they got some good stuff there. It's like, why are you gonna blow that place up for? You know, they make some good stuff, and it's a local business.
Well, how do I explain this? I will know when I will probably know if something can hurt me. Like, you know where I got the scar from?
Oh, of course not. I never met you.
I was fighting a star god. And you know a star god? Have you played video games before?
Video games not really much my thing, but I do know a lot of video games use real life references. So I'm assuming you mean a Nova Kid, a Starborn, Galaxy, Nebula
It's like a kind of a raid boss for gods. So we were fighting it in a big group.
Were you fighting alongside like people like Asgardians or something?
Yes, we're fighting alongside a lot of people that are a very high level of power.
I see.
Because that star god had a very... So basically, the reason that a god is that powerful is usually, let's say, on this planet, gods, right? They have people that worship them.
Mm-hmm.
And because they worship them, they gain their power. Because, you know, they're like, oh my god. So a star god is there's some gods that have not one planet, but an entire
galaxy?
Multitude
Or
of
system?
planets that worships them. Yes, because there is some kind of empire that has a star-spanning empire that all revered as gods. So instead of having worshippers worth a planet, they have worshippers worth multiple thousands of planets. So their power grows exponentially. So in order to actually do something against them, you need not just one person, you need a whole group.
I see. Man, I can't imagine fighting something like that. You know, granted, I don't make it a habit to fight things like gods, but something that got the power of an entire system.
Well, it turns out we couldn't beat him. He was too powerful. And I almost died.
I see. Out of curiosity, actually, was he something that was like can be seen from like anywhere in the system? Like that sort of thing where it's like, you know,
The
you can
system,
see
well, the fight was a couple 100,000 light years away. If you would see it, you would just see maybe through what is the thing you're using? A telescope? No, the bigger version of it, the thing they have in science
it's still a
labs.
telescope. It's still a telescope.
Yeah, well, if you could see like to the next galaxy,
Can't do much about that,
probably have
Faust.
Noticed it. But yeah, there was a lot of explosions probably because he started chugging planets at us, Because he trapped us into his own pocket universe where he had complete control over everything, and he just started throwing planets at people. That was fucked up. But you know how we actually managed to beat him?
You've answered my question then. If he's throwing planets around, that's literally what I was asking about.
Oh, you saw that?
No. It's just I've heard rumors. People have said like they come from other places and they've seen things as outlandish as beings in space fighting each other, and you're able to see them on the planet, see them completely taking up the entire sky. And if they're throwing planets, then yeah, it sounds like they probably can take up the entire sky.
Yeah, I mean, size-wise, he was basically everywhere. How do you explain it? As far as the horizon, so you know how we eventually beat him? Well, we couldn't beat him in a fight, so what we did, we fought him anyways, but at the same time we had a couple other gods start destroying the planets that worship him. So we flew around destroying planets. I know it's genocide, I'm sorry. hey, there was no other way. So we basically killed all his worshippers, and he got weaker and weaker. So, and eventually, he only had his own planet left. And at that point, all his worshippers were shaken because, oh, how can our god lose? And they're losing faith. And he was weak as shit. And then we just beat him. So if you can't kill the god, just kill his worshippers.
Yeah, I think I've heard that. I think I've heard that sort of thing suggested for dealing with certain individuals in the past. Thankfully, I never had to get my hands dirty with that sort of stuff, because I know people would probably still be hunting me down for something like that. But
are you worshipping a god? Are you a god?
No. I am not a god. No. I mean, like dealing with something that's at least gained power through worship. Taking down the worshippers themselves was definitely an option there, but I never had to deal with that myself personally, and I'm kind of glad for that, because I don't exactly like to be sleeping with both my eyes open. You catch my drift?
Yeah, you mean these people are gonna come after you?
Yeah. I'd rather sleep with one eye open, not two.
Well, I usually have both my eyes closed.
Yeah, but your ears...
I mean, given that I don't see shit, my ears do probably hear stuff if you approach me. Well, I usually sleep in the sky because it's pretty safe up there.
Again, over what location?
Given that
though?
I can fly, location?
Yeah, it all depends on what location.
Oh, well, usually in space itself.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're fine up there.
Because if I sleep on a planet, gravity will pull me down, and I can't exactly fly when I'm sleeping.
Okay,
So I usually just fly until gravity stops pulling me down, and then I just sleep in space. You might ask me, how do I breathe in space or survive in space?
Nah, I can
just hold my breath.
Okay, you must have some
I'll
crazy
literally just
set
hold
of
my breath.
some crazy set of lungs there.
Yep.
I guess I can see. I guess we're kind of fortunate that you don't seem to be the type of person that just does things because they're bored. Because it's not gonna lie, having sort of having that sort of ability and power, capability, it sounds like it would kind of take away a lot of fun. But at the same time, if you do seem to have an interest in just kind of exploring, I guess that means you get to do something a lot of people wish they can do and just keep discovering.
I mean, I am tuned down for this world.
You're
You know,
what?
I'm wearing this amulet because it suppresses my power. So this is blindfold. I had a third hidden item. I have 3 items that suppress my power. So I'm not near the same power I am right now. Or I wouldn't be able to face a Star God like this.
Sure, but like, I've come across people who you probably can just, crush very easily, who have this thing to them where they just feel like they're so bored with everything, and they never really find a thing to do to motivate them to go do stuff. Just explore the world or witness other stories.
You know what their problem is? They focus on power and on their fighting capabilities. You should focus on things that are not fighting. I, for example, even though I'm vastly powerful, I'm not really bored because I like video games.
Yeah, I think I've caught on to that by now.
And I also like hanging out with people. I like talking to people. I just like looking at this world that I have not seen in so long. And to go back to me being bored and not wreaking havoc, I have kind of crazy. I am kind of. I've been a psychopath murderer in the past.
That's a weird thing to make mention of.
Yeah,
Which,
I used to kill people
there's.
with a chainsaw.
I see. Technically speaking, Lavanya could know that information, but I'm gonna
I
keep it
know this
ambiguous.
is concerning, but
You got
changed
better.
my ways.
You got better.
Yeah, I mean, it has to do with my training and stuff. I had to do with something with my race.
Well, it sounds
Some
like
very murderous
you were lucky.
intentions.
There's a lot of people who, they don't
There's
get.
definitely There's definitely a lot of people of my race that are not nice. Actually, not the majority. It's more like there definitely are some out there that use their powers for personal gain or evil or whatever. Be careful of those.
Yeah. Not surprised by that sort of thing, but thankfully, at least what I've been taught on this planet, no amount of power can surpass the amount of spite a human being can have.
What does that mean?
Well, I mean, you know the word spite, right?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I just
just-
mean that the
yeah.
phrase you just said.
The amount of spite one person can have can be infectious, or simply just have enough motivation to bypass the strength others may have on them. It's unfortunately I don't have any examples to give you on hand, but there's been many times where a group of humans have been kind of oppressed somewhere by someone who can simply just blink them out of existence. And those humans somehow manage to find some way to deal with that thing, deal with their oppressor. I'm not saying the oppressor is as strong as you are, but either human ingenuity, human spite, or human determination. Those are the 3 things that probably people should always watch out for.
That's great.
I mean, it gives hope, I suppose. It gives hope that, like, there's as long as you're not pissing off a human, you don't have to worry about being blinked out of existence. But we do have situations where, what was it? Do you know it was a couple of years ago? there was a group of humans, or I don't know if they were pretending to be humans, that were saying that humans are greater than everything else, and we're trying to wipe out anything that's not human. So we do get situations like that.
How did that work out?
Poorly for them. You
Who
know,
would have guessed?
yeah, would have guessed. It's one of those situations where like they can complain as much as they want about the non-humans that they're fighting against them, but like the from what I can tell, it was a force mainly led by humans to fight against those people. Because hey, it turns out that other humans don't like or humans don't like other humans trying to make their friends look like bad guys.
Oh, by the way, I do not, despite everything I said, I do not really consider myself a god.
I get you. There's a term around here. It's referred to as kami. I don't know if you heard of that word before.
It's just god in Japanese.
Yeah, but the thing is, it holds a different kind of weight. There's like several creatures that I know of that's out in the forest, including one that's like it's like a seahorse. They're a kami of some of the rivers over there. Anyone can go over there and simply squish it, and that's it for that. And yet it's still called a god or a kami. There's a lot of other people who would say that's not a god then, but you come over here and you're just like, well, no, it is one. So I try to.
That's why I don't want to be called a god. I don't think god. First of all, god is a man-made term. It's made by humans. They invented this word. Worship some higher being. I'm not a god. I don't get worshipped.
And frankly, I would prefer not to be worshipped myself. So
Yes.
I don't know how you'd feel about that, but to be honest, those who are the ones that have I guess to fit the better term for God, I'd rather not be in their shoes, because technically speaking, those guys have a job to do. And
It's true. They have to make sure they're being worshipped.
Well, being worshipped, but they got a thing. They need to be taking care of the reason why they're being worshipped. Even those. So there's. I'm trying to remember. I know the Greek pantheon seems to make do without the widespread worship. Because I know. Let's see. I know Hades.
Wonder how.
It's just God's
They used to have so many temples back then in Greek.
Yeah,
dedicated to their worship, but
but
prices and prices still going.
I don't really know how many of the Greek pantheons still around, but I do know Hades at the very least. I mean, I don't know him personally, but I know Hades is still doing his thing. And well, who the hell wants to be worshiping Hades? It's
I guess you're right.
So there's some gods
the prime time of the Greek gods is over.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. Even if they want to believe, some of them want to believe that's not the case.
Opium.
I will say though, speaking of that subject too, the area around here, they have these things called yokai, and it's kind of weird to sort of see something just sort of manifest. Like, how do I explain this? I've seen something that, like, well, not really seen. I've come across information. There's basically something that was meant to be. Some people were saying that was supposed to be the reincarnation of Amaterasu, but it turned out it wasn't. But like, it was still a creature just kind of just came into existence, and they had some kind of ties to some Japanese gods, but there was like no proper connection. It was simply there's just little bits and pieces, and all they were simply just a sort of some people refer to him as a god of a god of food or god of eating, as vague as that may be. But nothing really came much from that.
Everything has some sort of reaction in this universe, so it could have been shifted here from another dimension or another universe. Who knows? Came from an different plane of existence. Trust me, the multiverse is very complicated, and even though I traversed it and seen stuff, I still don't understand it.
Seems like the event is over. They're pouring in now, I think.
Like, imagine like going to a science fair and they explaining you some crazy stuff, interdimensional stuff, and this is how this works. And then you're sitting there just like, this is why we're in this reality now. Yeah,
oh yeah, going that far. Yeah, I'd rather not deal with hearing about that sort of stuff. I'd rather just let the is this interdimensional thing coming in and cause problems? Call the cops. Let them deal with it. I don't want to be. I'm not paid for this.
Call the cops.
Actually, yeah. From what I have researched about the city, there was a situation that happened about 30 years ago, I think. Where there was a dimension coming in, like it was intersecting with this one area in this around here. I mean not here. I mean like it was specifically intersecting with the areas that's called Orlandosaka, and portals were opening up everywhere. People were being snatched by these things that were from the other dimension, and eventually the city, I guess, they got a bump up in their technological prowess, and they managed to deal with those people snatchers. It's,
you know, people snatchers. Wait, people are getting kidnapped?
No, that was like I said, that was like about 30 years ago. Yeah. That's not a problem right now, and that event caused the cops to get enough technology to help them fight things that try to come in through portals. In fact, I
wasn't even born then.
I've heard rumors that someone was once snatched, like maybe like a year or two ago, like in the middle of the streets, and a group of cops basically went in, and I think they basically, as an entire group, the cops went into another planet to get that person back.
Oh, you might need it.
Because
wow.
they have the capability.
And then you have spaceships.
No, the thing is that the person that was snatched, it was snatched through a portal. And the officers around here have the technology to basically reverse the whatever they do for portals. They can find out where it went.
Yeah, I was about to say we don't.
Oh.
So yeah, as the
if you need anything to get you boosted,
using a portal to a different planet usually costs a very high amount of mana and power.
I already tried offering you one.
I don't know what it is they got, but they figured something out when that dimensional crossover happened 30 years ago. They figured something out.
Yeah, the infinite pocket. I don't know where it keeps it.
Interesting.
My infinite bag of goodies.
I try not to push too much into understanding what their technology is, because I don't need them to be getting suspicious of me, you know?
My infinite bag of goodies.
I wouldn't know. This is the second
Yeah,
time
you have been a bit secretive about your dealings. But I guess that's fair.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, nobody wants trouble, right?
Exactly. Look, I'm just someone who wants to get paid,
You are the corporate,
and I'd rather not get bothered when I'm, just trying to relax, enjoy my money. So,
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. We all have our secrets, right?
Mhm.
And by having these secrets, we are safe
You have it in
because,
shift?
for example, nobody knows you're rich secretly, so nobody's gonna mug you,
Mhm.
or nobody knows you are
Oh, that's what we
a
do.
mercenary that maybe killed their dad. That kind of thing, and
Yeah.
doesn't try to get revenge.
Yeah, that's the one that's right there the most. I do what needs to get done,
You can ask the
and I try not to go.
machine.
And I'm only willing to go above and beyond if I think it's gonna get more money, and I know that's the consequences of it is not going to actually be detrimental to me. Hey, the target needs to be taken down. I go for that target specifically, and none of everyone else around. I don't need
That's an assassin.
well, I mean, like, that also includes creatures as well. It's hard to tell which creatures are going to turn into a person and which is simply just a creature. So I don't need like a little baby wyvern to be going like, "Hey, you killed my dad." When I thought that little wyvern was just an animal.
You wanna walk with me?
Sure. Where to? Well, I mean, I do need to be. I didn't expect to be talking here for a bit. I do need to be getting a little prepared for.
You can go where you have to go.
Oh no, I was going to be going back to the place I rest up at because I need to be fine tuning my equipment for. I got a little special.
Go this
thing.
way?
Yeah, that way.
Go this way then.
Yeah. I got a little special thing I need to be taking care of in about like 2 weeks. Yeah, 2 weeks.
2 weeks. But yeah, what's going on today?
I think there's a Pokemon Stadium event going on somewhere, so it's a little bit weird. Maybe.
Pokemon.
Magical
You know,
creatures.
Back when I was younger, I thought Pokemon were just fictional, but turns out they're real. I
That's
was
always
never a big fan of that though. I have friends that love Pokemon though.
that's always such a fascinating thing, where you can live in your own little bubble. You can basically live in your own little bubble, and you won't know anything that's going on. It's over here, by the way. You can live in your own little bubble,
Brother's
and
neighbor?
yeah, that's why I knew about them. This is a building owned by Zenic Corporation.
Oh, okay. Interesting. But yeah, as I was saying, we all have our little secrets. And I would also prefer if you don't tell anybody what I am. You already know what I am. I never told you. But,
of course,
you know, for the purpose of safety, I'm a wandering monk.
Well, you fit the part, I suppose. So, yeah, I'd say you
Yep.
do fit it.
I just do martial arts and stuff.
All right. Well, what was the name? It was Ashunera, right?
Yep, that's correct.
All right. Well, it was an interesting talk I had with you. Oh, a reminder, Lavanya. That's the name.
Lavanya. Alright, have fun in your little house crashing out, I guess.
Sure.
Well, my brother doesn't give you too much trouble.
Don't worry. My employers, I think they'd rather have a friendly relationship with your brother. With all the,
Oh? Why is that?
let's just say your brother's spent a lot of years having ties with Zenic.
Oh? Tell me more.
Well, maybe you could ask him that.
He's not gonna tell me.
Well, you're his older sister. Maybe he might. You can
Yeah,
kind
but you gotta maybe have some things that are embarrassing. Come on, you gotta give me. You have something, surely you have something, right?
Well, fortunately for me, I don't actually know anything personally. I'm just someone that works with a company. I just happen to know that him and some other people. I don't know if they still live in the streets anymore, but they've had some interesting history with Zenek.
All right. Guess I have to ask him, huh?
Well, take care, and
Lavanya.
do make sure not to wander into the backyard. We seem to have a jungle inside that grass for some reason.
Maybe you should get a gardener.
Well, none of us here are. Do you see me? Who's willing to go do some gardening?
I don't see you at all. What?
Oh, right, of course. Well, yeah, I suppose we could get a gardener to deal with that, but then we'd have to kind of deal with everything else that's in there, like all the equipment that's that we may or may not be using. There's a whole bunch of things, and
Sounds like a treasure trove to me.
probably, but we're gonna have to be anyone who wants to be diving in there for treasure needs to sign an NDA.
Oh. Why are there monsters in there as well?
I think I heard a lion in there once.
A lion.
A lion and a raptor as well.
And they just coexist in there?
I don't know if they coexist in there. I don't hear both at the same time. In fact, I haven't heard a lion for a long time.
Have you maybe checked if your garden has like a portal to another dimension or something?
I'm not sure if there's a portal, but I do know that we've had some kids try to sneak back there, and we had to get the police to get them out because they were lost for hours in there.
What the? Well, I'm glad they got. Yeah, that's actually. Now that I think about it, my nephew. You should take care of that. Yeah.
No, that's
I want my nephew to run in there.
as much of a troublemaker that kid is. He knows better than to wander in here.
Oh, that's good for him.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, still have no clue where you went. That was kind of a weird first encounter with my nephew. I was actually expecting to have at least a little talk with him.
Like I said, there's a Pokemon gym event happening, so he and amongst like some others probably went to it.
Oh, he loves that stuff. Doesn't
Yep, yep. He's got a Pokemon himself as well.
he? Kirby told me about it.
I'm just hoping it does not change into a monster. Because I do know what he has is it's a fish that can turn into an angry dragon thing. And I just hope it doesn't happen.
Is it what is this thing called?
Magikarp. If you happen to know that.
Gyarados?
Yes, Gyarados turns into Gyarados. Yeah.
Those things are kind of angry.
Yeah. I just hope that if there's a day that happens, maybe not next to this building here, you know.
Yeah, I guess. Well, I guess if he treats it right and stuff, he should be fine.
Well,
Pokemon usually remember even after their evolution.
they remember, but the problem is the change in the hormones. It takes him a while to get used to that. So maybe he'll get used to it immediately. But like I'm kind of guessing that it's gonna be. Oh. Well.
You, my nephew. Oh well.
There it
Again.
goes.
Sorry. Yeah.
No.
It's around all the time.
That kid, kind of amazed that kid's, I can actually understand what he says now, though. He used to always just say pollo. And,
What? Oh. Oh God. Why? What?
alright, look,
Right.
kids got their own things, but...
So, did you know that it takes me about 8 to 10 seconds to reach the sun?
That is completely random. Are you going
know.
somewhere with that?
I'm just saying.
All
No
right.
words about the thing, what I am.
Right. Okay, I get you. All right, I'll make sure to keep that in mind for the future.
I'm not going to remember anything, right?
You have a good
Oh,
evening.
Yeah, I'm just saying. If you don't
Yeah.
want to see the sun up close.
Yeah, no, I get you.
Keep your mouth shut.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a traveling monk.
Mm-hmm.
Traveling monk. Traveling monk.
Good night.
Love you. Lavanya.
Lavanya.
Lovely to meet you. Yes. Have a good one.
Nothing like getting threatened to make sure you don't talk about it, Lamau. All right, who am I? Howdy. I was right, wasn't I? I was right, wasn't I?
Half the lobby left for an
No,
hour.
no, that wasn't half the lobby. There was only 8 people in here. There
Yeah.
was only 8 people here.
Yeah. You could have left if you wanted to, but I saw who you're talking with, and I was like, okay, he's gonna be
I-
busy for like an hour.
I didn't know if you're here or not, so I was not gonna ask you.
Oh.
Yeah. Otherwise, I would have been like, yeah, I'll go. But, yeah, well.
Say if I'm here, I'm like, I don't care. I might not doing anything. I might not be doing anything, but I'm in the lobby, keeping it
Yeah.
alive.
Yeah. All right, let's see what I'm gonna do now.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for my food, and then after I eat, I'll figure out what I want to do.
Oh, I
next.
should probably actually throw some. What happened to? Hello. Okay. Well then. Well. Huh. OBS has crashed as well.